let us talk about this. And first, let us look at the altcoin market. What an absolute bloodbath during the last 24 hours. Many altcoins are down between 20 to 25% in just the last 24 hours alone. So yes, we are seeing a decent pullback for sure here for altcoins in particular, but also for Bitcoin. So if you look at the daily candle here from the peak, you can see that right now we are down for Bitcoin about 7%. Now, this is not something that we are not used to. Of course, this is something we've seen in the past. In fact, just here in December, we actually went down by 13% when we dropped from, 106 down to 92. So of course, by now, even if you're new to crypto, probably you have seen some of these pullbacks already and you're starting to get used to it. So, hey, welcome to crypto. This is what you see. So let us now talk about this in more detail. So what I said yesterday when we saw this big drop, I posted this on Twitter. Bitcoin is dumping. The key level is at $95,000. The bulls will defend this level with everything they have. And nothing has changed for my outlook. I am still bullish. So the orange line right here. So 94,981, call it $95,000. So as long as we hold that level, and at this point, I'm kind of expecting us to come down to this point, but then it is a very important thing to look. If we can hold this level, that is very, very strong. And until we see that point and until we break down from this point, I mean, nothing has changed for my outlook, guys. I'm still bullish, midterm, long term, and short term. I think that if anything, this is a good buying opportunity. I can imagine like all of the people that have been waiting to buy Bitcoin. This is a good buying opportunity. Not financial advice, but if I had been waiting to buy Bitcoin and I saw this pump go up to $103,000 again, and now you're able to get it at $95,000 at a 7% discount, that looks pretty good to me. Now, let us talk about my long-term outlook for Bitcoin. My price target and my thesis right now, long-term for Bitcoin, is still the same. And that is that we're still in a bull market. And I think we're going to top out in this cycle, either in 2025 or early 2026. For Bitcoin, I think we're going to top out during this time frame. And I do believe that we're going to top out somewhere in between $180,000 up to about $270,000. So that is what I believe in general, and nothing has changed there. You can see that the RSI here, all of these patterns, they are still playing out very, very well. Having this RSI consolidation, having this downward sloping red line, and then breaking out. Having this downward sloping consolidation here on the RSI, downward sloping red line, and then breaking out. Same thing here, downward sloping, and then breaking out. And these green lines are the halvings. So long term, nothing has changed here. I still believe that we are in a bull market, and I have no reason to believe otherwise. Even looking at the charts here, I don't think that this is something to be too concerned about. Could I be wrong? Could we be in a bear market? Could something disastrous happen and that we go down even lower? Yes, it could. But with the information we have right now, I am still bullish. Now, let us look at Ethereum. So for Ethereum, we broke down from the support level right here. So next level is 3,270. So let me go through these ones real quick here. You can see that for Solana, same thing, we broke down from the support. The red line here tried to keep us up, but didn't manage to do that. And right now we are meeting support at 196. Next level, if we drop down from this point, is going to be 190. Looking at Dogecoin, same thing here, got rejected off of the red line, sorry, the orange line here, resistance, and next level of support will be at 30 cents. If you look at Cardano, we are right at support right now. If we fail to keep this support, then the target is 80 cents. So that would be another, 18% if we break down from this pattern or this support level right here. You can see that the bulls try to make a push here towards the upside, but got rejected here off of the now previous support turned into resistance here at the orange line at $1.02. So that is what you got for Cardano. Looking at XRP, you can see XRP is also, it has broken down from the support right here. And next levels of support will be, if we extend this red line, it's going to be right around the $2 level here. So that is what I am looking now for these specific altcoins. If you look at the market in general, we also broke down from the $3.35 trillion support level here. So yeah, the momentum right now, it's very clear to see that the bullish momentum, and it's a shame. It's a shame because we had such nice bullish momentum. This was looking like it wanted, all of the altcoins, they were looking like they wanted to break towards the upside, but someone or something spoiled the party. And I will talk about what actually spoiled the party here in a bit. Now, if you look at the others chart, same thing here. This is looking something similar to what most altcoins were seeing yesterday. We saw that consolidation and then the breakdown right here. So similar to what you saw for most altcoins. So the others chart is going to find some support at 325 here. So that's the same support level which we had in the end of December here. And we were bouncing off of, throughout December essentially. So if we come down any lower, then this is the support level. Also, what I want to show you guys is that for the Bitcoin price, we're at the same price point which we were at on the 3rd of January. So we were at this point just 4 or 5 days ago. So there's really no reason to panic. The main thing is that you need to always be prepared for these things, and you need to always have a strategy for if we're going to go up and if we are going to go down. So that is why, of course, for me personally, that's why I'm using these trading strategies right here. And these ones are actually making more profit as the prices goes down, as long as we see a bounce. So I already have my strategies in place and I already am prepared for these pullbacks. And in fact, I am welcoming these pullbacks because they mean that eventually I will most likely make even more money. Now, let us talk about why we dropped. So the traditional markets saw a decent pullback yesterday, in fact. So you can see that we've been bouncing in between my orange lines here. It went up above it briefly here on traditional markets, went up here, but then back down, found support, went up. And this is the key thing. Got rejected here, and then two huge red candles yesterday. Why did we see red candles yesterday? I will show you that in a bit. But this is for the S&P 500. If you look at the NASDAQ saw even bigger red candles here. So the NASDAQ went down yesterday by 2.48%. And then S&P 500, you can see here about 1.5%. So these, even though it doesn't sound like much for crypto assets, but for traditional markets, these are actually decent pullbacks. And there was, more importantly, there was some panic happening with these red candles. If you look at the DXY, the dollar index, you can see that it's been continuously trending up here. In fact, we're right now finding support off of my orange line here also. So in general, when the dollar index goes up, it tends to lead into crypto going down and assets in general going down. So you can see that the dollar index yesterday on the daily candle, saw a big bounce here. So the dollar index went up. Now, why are we seeing this? Because the data that came in yesterday was not good for the markets. So basically, the economical data that came in, and most importantly, the jobs openings unexpectedly actually rose. So there's more job openings right now, meaning that the jobs market in the US is actually pretty strong. There's more companies looking for jobs, looking for people to employ, which is not a good thing for for inflation, because if there's a lot of people employed, they're making money, they're earning money, they're buying stuff, inflation is going up. So the Fed wants this to be weak. The Fed wants us to have a weak jobs economy so that the inflation can come down. So what this led into, so the market was saying, okay, so people are actually not looking for jobs. There's companies looking for people to employ, which means that the inflation is most likely going to continue to go up, which means that the interest rates are most likely not going to go down. And in fact, if you look at the expectations right now, you know that at the beginning, we were expecting, I think, 3 or 4 rate cuts throughout this year, or throughout, 2025. Now the market is just expecting one single rate cut. And after yesterday, well, you can see it right here, 35% that we're going to see one rate cut. You can see 4.25. We're at 4.5 right now. So 35% that we're going to see one rate cut. And previously, the market was expecting that to happen in May. But if you look at May right now, the market is still expecting us in May to be still at 4.25 to 4.5, which we are at right now. But then they're expecting that single rate cut for the year to happen in June. So the market did not like this information coming out. This was not the only thing. Also, you have the ESM services PMI jumping. So this means that, yeah, the index is going up, meaning that inflation is re-accelerating, which again, the Fed does not really want to see this. So in short, inflation is coming back up, jobs openings is going up, meaning that the jobs market in the US is very strong still. So all of this caused pessimism in the market and caused the assets to dump. And just like I said, it is a shame, and especially for the risk assets, like crypto is still a risk asset, and those are always going to react more strongly when you see pessimism in the market, because everyone is euphoric, everyone are buying altcoins, they're going to the moon. But as soon as you see some weakness, then people start to panic and they start to sell. Because people were already expecting the money printer to go on. And when you see some evidence that maybe not the money printer is going to go as hard as the market was expecting, that causes panic in the market. This is not something we can control, guys. The only thing we can do is be prepared for these things, and we can react accordingly. And we can have a plan right now in place for the different scenarios that are going to happen. Does this change anything for me? Just like I said, no, I still believe we're in a bull market. If anything, I think this is a good buying opportunity, especially for Bitcoin, but also for altcoins. The strong altcoins are going to see a big bounce if we continue towards the upside, if this plays out. Now, this was actually not the only thing. We have some more drama yesterday. So Trump had a press conference and he said some things that were probably not too good for the market. First, he said that interest rates are far too high. Okay, cool. So you want the Fed to lower the interest rates. Okay, but at the same time, Trump says inflation is too high and is continuing to rage. Okay, so that's like, you cannot really solve both of these issues at the same time. This is why the market is so spooked right now, because how are you going to fix this? Well, you fix the interest rates being too high by cutting the interest rates. That is easy, right? But how do you fix the inflation being too high? Well, you fix that essentially by raising interest rates. So you cannot raise and cut at the same time, right? So this is why we're at such a very interesting spot right now. And also, maybe we started to cut the interest rates a little bit too quickly is what the market believes right now. So let us see how this is going to play out. If anything, guys, I just think that this is going to prolong and kind of make the bull market longer as things are taking a little bit more time to play out, right? So maybe we still need to get the inflation under control and not cut the interest rates as aggressively as the market believed in general at the beginning. But I think that is just going to make the bull market longer. And yes, we're going to see volatility based on these different things, that the data points coming out, which is completely fine for me, as that means that I will be making more money moving forward. So that is all great. Now, let me continue and see what Trump said yesterday. So Trump, when asked for assurance that he will not use military or economic coercion, so he's trying to get control of Greenland, guys. So Greenland is in control of Denmark right now, and he wants it. And he is saying that he might actually, he cannot rule out military use to actually take over Greenland. So of course, this caused a little bit of panic as well. Let's move forward. Trump says he cannot assure not using military action to get control of the Panama Canal. So he also wants control of the Panama Canal, and he wants control of Greenland. What else does he want control of? He wants to control Canada. He wants Canada to join the US. However, the good thing with this is that he did not mention anything about military action to take over Canada. So yeah, I don't know what to say about this, guys. But the market in general did not react good to this. So all of these things, guys, they happened all at once. So the US saying that they're going to take over all of these things, the data coming out and causing panic in the financial markets. And if that was not enough, you had another thing also happening. So Iran went out yesterday also saying, in the coming hours, or today actually, in the coming hours, the world will witness unusual scenes and developments. So you have all of these things happening all at once, guys. And that led into Bitcoin going down. It led into the altcoins seeing a crash. Now, just like I said, this is not something we can control. We just need to be prepared for them. And it's a shame that we were in such a bullish place. Everything was looking really, really bullish on the short term. But then these things came and yeah, it is out of our control. We can just accept it and we can react to it.